All right, so checking in with you from Mueang Airport. They do have some international flights here, but it's the domestic airport on the other side of Bangkok from the main airport. And so, real ordeal getting here. Traffic, unbelievable. Um, just crazy. Had a hard time getting a taxi. And so that's, one lesson for international travel is always leave extra time. I mean, I was super early, but like it took me almost an hour to get a cab and get here, and it's not even far. It's insane. It took like 30 minutes to go 2 miles, and then we finally got on the road to the airport and we buzzed right along, and that was super treacherous. The guy driving was a maniac. But I'm here, got to the airport, got checked in, dropped my bag, got my boarding card in 2 minutes. Got through security in 5 minutes. Super efficient. Airport's kind of old and dingy, but they got a few different little restaurants and stuff like that. So I'm over by the gate, and essentially, in my area, I have three options for lounges. Could have gotten into any one of the three. They're all right, three in a row, and then my gate's just right down there. So the Knock Air Lounge, and I don't know anything about Knock Air. I see they have a 737 out there. I can see out the window, but I peeked my head in there. Their lounge was bare bones, so I kept going. The next one was the Coral Executive Lounge, which kind of sounded on the app, the Priority Pass app, it sounded like might be the nicest one. And it's kind of super fancy, but I couldn't get a good peek at the food, and it didn't look like maybe they had a lot. I'm not sure. So I'm in the Miracle Lounge, which it's not huge, but I'm pretty happy with the food spread. I had an egg and some chicken sausage, breakfast wise, and then now I'm having some. Them calling it fried noodles, but it looks exactly like what I call pad see ew when you go to a Thai restaurant in the U.S. and you order pad see ew. The only thing missing is broccoli. Pad see ew typically has broccoli in it. This has bok choy instead. And by the way, it's super spicy. I had some and it like lit me on fire. I had a little bit of basil chicken, but I just wanted to taste it because that's what I'm having on the airplane is basil chicken and rice. So, man, these noodles are super spicy. Got me a Coke Zero, and so I'm good to go in terms of breakfast and a little bit of breakfast food, a little bit of lunch food. I might go grab a little salad just so I have some today. I don't know what I'll be doing when I get to Chiang Rai. But yeah, airport's pretty convenient if you can get here. Once you're here, it's not a problem. Lots of lounges, and I give the airport a thumbs up so far. I give the lounge. It's not the greatest lounge, but the food selection is pretty decent. She did make it a point of letting me know that I could only stay for 2 hours, which that would actually leave me 30 minutes short before boarding. I don't know how they would enforce that, but I don't know. Maybe halfway through, I'll walk next door to the Coral Lounge and check that out, see what they have. What the heck? So if I do that, I'll check back in from there. But right now, I'm just gonna chill out here. I'm gonna finish my noodles and got about a couple hours before boarding, and I'll catch up on some emails and stuff like that, and check back in when I get on the airplane, Air Asia to Chiang Rai, northern Thailand. Eggs roast seat, Thai basil chicken lunch with a bottle of water I've ordered. So, oh, I forgot to say earlier. So I actually looked at my receipt because it's been a while since I've looked at it. It actually cost me a lot more for this flight than I thought. It's like $80. So it's 50 for the flight, 22 for the package that includes the meal and the priority boarding and the bag. Bag check is the big thing. And then like the extra $5 I paid for the exit row. So it was like $80, which is, it's a great deal. Don't get me wrong, but when I was over in Indonesia and Malaysia a few weeks ago, it was like I was paying like $50 the same type of flight on AirAsia, so Thai's a little bit more expensive, but that's okay. Looking forward to it, and can't wait to get to my fancy hotel and get unpacked and get my, shorts out and get situated for 3 days at the fancy hotel. So pretty awesome. Let me dig into these noodles and we'll check back in later. Thanks. All right, so I am on the airplane. It's an A319 AirAsia. Boarded a couple minutes late, but should be on time. And my streak of having the exit row to myself is over, but still worth an extra few dollars. I honestly don't think every seat will be full, so that'll be a benefit too. So yeah, right now, if everything holds true the way it is now, I am 3 for 3 with AirAsia. They do a good job. No complaints, cheap prices, bare bones airplanes, but they're clean. And yeah, sit back here and wait for everybody to board up. Then I'm going to get my Thai basil chicken and rice, my water. Next thing you know, I will be in Chiang Rai. Check in with you when we get to the hotel. All right, so I have arrived in Chiang Rai, Thailand, northern Thailand. And just to wrap a bow around the flight up here and AirAsia, so plane was packed. It was rather hectic with all the people, but I'm over that now because I'm at the hotel and it's quite amazing. I'm going to take you on a little tour before I start to unpack and mess the room up. But yeah, AirAsia did a good job for me. That's 3 flights in 2 months with AirAsia. No issues at all in all 3 flights. Did a great job. We were doing at 1:15. We got in at 1 o'clock. By 1:10, I had my bag. By 1:15, I was in the taxi. And now I'm here. Checked in out front in a beautiful open air lobby. Was treated to some flower tea and a cold towel. And man, they really know how to take care of people. So again, I used Marriott points for this. Le Meridien is one of the Marriott brands, and so they have upgraded me, which you'll see when I take you on the tour, and then I get a free breakfast buffet every day. And yeah, they really know how to take care of their elite members. I'm a titanium elite at the moment, which requires 75 nights a year. I don't kill myself to make that, quite honestly, because I'm lifetime platinum, which, you get treated great as a platinum as well. So I'll tell you, I'm, this place is really nice. I am kind of out in the middle of nowhere. It was close to the airport, but I'm not near town. So I haven't figured out what I'm going to do in terms of going into town and whatnot. I'm not putting any pressure on myself today. I'm happy to go hang out at the pool today or whatever, but I need to arrange a tour to the Golden Triangle for tomorrow. The Golden Triangle is the area where Thailand meets Myanmar and Laos. So all 3 countries touch right there. If you're not familiar with Myanmar, it used to be called Burma. And so they have a real nice 1-day tour. I have to go look into that and make arrangements for that. And then make arrangements to look around town and figure out how and when I'm going to take the bus to Chiang Mai in 3 days' time. But for right now, I've been traveling since Friday. I feel great. I'm happy to go drink a beer and sit by the pool, but tomorrow I'm going to be out touring. So let me shut this down and I'm going to restart it and show you this amazing room. Okay, so I can't remember if I said this in the last video, but I used 68,000 Marriott points for 3 nights. So here's my balcony. Got a nice balcony. I've got a little bed. Can lay in the bed and look at the pool. Here's the pool. It's pretty awesome. The bar and restaurant's up that way. Can't really see it in this picture, but moving back into the, here's a nice desk. I'm going to get on my device charging here in a minute. I haven't even unpacked. I didn't want to mess the room up before I took you on a tour. It's a nice king size bed. They gave me an elephant made out of towels. That's kind of cool. There's another little couch. You know, it's a shame I don't have my wife with me. This happens to me every time. When I'm not with her, they give me these awesome rooms. And then when I'm with her, they give me a normal room, which is kind of weird. It's another little couch, TV. There's a mini bar in that cabinet there. But also, check this out. They've left me a fruit and a sweet plate. I'm not really into sweets, but I'll eat those because they look amazing. Usually I get sick when I eat sweets, but that's probably going to happen. So there you go. You can see into my bathroom from here. There's a bathtub. Front door. There's my bag. Here's my closet. So walk-in closet, amazing. There's my bathroom. You already saw the shower. And you can see the view out to the pool. There's the shower in there. Toilet in there. Sink. Yeah. Man, this is really nice and super cool. So this is going to be a relaxing 3-night stay. It's not costing me a dime, and you can't beat it. So me and Mr. Elephant are probably going to have a beer now, and after I figure out what I'm doing later, and also maybe take a walk around the other areas of the resort, we'll film that too. So welcome to Chiang Rai, northern Thailand, the land of smiles. Time to do some exploring. This is at the bottom of the stairs from my room. That was the spa. And now we're headed towards the pool. Guess these are the restrooms for the pool. And here's the pool. Wow. It's nice. Some loungers, some water, some towels. Bet this is a bar over here. More of a restaurant than a bar. Oh yeah, little restaurant with a bar. There's a little river. Yeah. It's a cool old style boat out there. This looks like a nice place to eat. I don't think this is the breakfast restaurant. I could be wrong. Oh yeah, it's definitely not. But it's nice. It's nice. So now I'm going to head over to the main building, that beautiful lobby where I checked in, and that's the restaurant over there for breakfast. So I've got to go talk to the concierge about tours and the bus to Chiang Mai in a couple days, and how easy or hard it is to get into town and look around maybe this evening. If not, I'll do it the last day. First glance, it didn't look that nice when I first got here. I was like, not sure. But then sitting in that open air lobby was kind of cool. Oh wow, look, you must light these lanterns up at night. Okay, there's the main area over there. That's where I checked in. So, and then, yeah, there's the restaurant where breakfast is. So I don't know where this fancy walkway goes. Probably do that later. Actually, I thought this was going to take me over to the restaurant, but I don't even know how to get over there. Oh, I see. I got to go all the way around. Cool. They got all these little umbrellas up here. Wonder if this is all lit up at night. I bet it is. But it's beautiful. I'm probably too tired to go anywhere right now. I might just hang out here tonight, get a couple beers, have some dinner here, and go from there. All right, I shut it off because I didn't want to film those guys. Thought they might not like that. I wouldn't. But here's a view from the other side. So there's 2 or 3 restaurants here. So I don't know which one is the breakfast restaurant, but be going in there and getting my free breakfast buffet. And I don't know what's over here. I don't think there's much over that way. I'm gonna head back to the main area, go check out the concierge, make myself a plan. I have an idea what I want to do. I just didn't make the arrangements. Like I'm pretty detail oriented, but there's just too much to plan, and sometimes you get a lot better information when you show up than online. You never know how old the information is. There's all these tour brokers that want to be a middleman and all that. And what I'd like to do is book a tour and bill it to my room, and I can get Marriott points for it. If I pay for it through my room, that would be even better. Here's the fitness center. I won't be using that. And here's a bunch of fancy shops. There's the bar. Bunch of shops. I won't be using those either. There's some more elephants. And, I thought this was how to get to the lobby, but it's not. Lobby's this way. This place is really like a maze. I didn't even think it was this big at first. It's pretty huge. Here's the lobby. So if I would have gone straight, I would have gone in the back. There's the lobby. More elephants. This is where I came in. This is where I checked in. Beautiful open air lobby. Let's see what's in here. Oh, wow. Look at this. Just a nice little seating area where you can go. Beautiful. Man, this is nice. More elephants, of course. And yeah, I don't know where that bridge goes because I don't really know what that is over there, but it doesn't look too interesting. Oh, you can see the mountains from here too. So yeah, here's a nice area to sit. Of course, my balcony is just as good as this, really. This is awesome. So let me shut her down and go see the concierge. All right, so I've made it to downtown Chiang Rai. This is what's called the night market. And This is where you come to get anything from a smoothie to a t-shirt to a silk scarf, clothes, lots of nice stuff and lots of junk. And then there's a few restaurants throughout here, coffee shops, stuff like that. Here's a little area up here. It's still early. It's only 6:20, so I'm sure they eat dinner later here. But this is a real nice sort of called Night Bazaar restaurant. There's a stage there. So yeah, it's a Monday night. Who knows if this is a big night or not? But all the streets around here are like this. I doubt if there's a whole lot of difference. I've walked in 3 or 4 different streets. I'm trying to find this tourist office. The concierge at the hotel wasn't too helpful with tours. He wanted to get me a private driver. And, I want to see a brochure that tells me exactly where I'm going and when and how much and all that good stuff. He just wants to get some driver to come pick me up that I won't be able to communicate with. And no guarantees I'll get to go anyplace good. You know what I mean? So, not really planning to do that. So yeah, some streets have more than others. This street here doesn't have much, but this kind of gives you an idea of what it's like in downtown Chiang Rai. And I'm going to keep walking around and looking for the tourist center and eventually get something to eat before I head back to the hotel. Hopefully I can get a cab easily. That remains to be seen, of course. But let's see if there's anything else to see down here. Fruit smoothies, 25 baht. That's less than $1. That's pretty cheap for a smoothie. In the US, it's $8. Oh, here's the bus station. This is where I get my big green bus on Thursday down to Chiang Mai. And I already found out that the VIP bus, which costs twice as much, so I guess the seats are better or whatever, leaves at 10 o'clock. It's to Chiang Mai at 1 o'clock, so that's the one I'm going to shoot for. Here's another street in the market. This one looks to be a little bit bigger. Oh, here's another huge food area. I don't know where this tourist office is. It's supposed to be down here, right down here somewhere. I couldn't communicate with the guy. He didn't speak hardly any English. They should have somebody that speaks English at the concierge desk, but they don't. See, there's another stage up there and lots of food court. So yeah, it's just starting to fill up for the evening, and really interesting just to see the culture. So not much else to see. It's all pretty much the same. So I'll go ahead and shut her down right now until I see something of importance. All right, so I'm in Thailand now. I'm going back to the hotel via tuk-tuk, and hopefully you can hear this. It's a little bit bouncy, and I'm trying to make sure my phone doesn't come out of my hand and end up on the ground. But just finished setting up my tour for in the morning, and had pizza and beer for dinner. I'm a little queasy, so I wanted to play it safe, and I just went for pizza. It was actually halfway decent. pizza and a beer for $6. Going on the tour tomorrow, 11-hour tour, $30, including lunch, 8 stops, and I'm going to go to the border of Laos and Myanmar, and maybe cruise over the border to Laos. Possibly, we'll see. I'm not going to do it if I'm the only one in the bus that wants to do it, but we shall see. So let me sign off before I lose my phone. All right. Well, made it back in one piece on the tuk-tuk. Might not be doing that again. But as suspected, everything's really nicely lit up here at night. Looks really nice. Front entrance was nice. I didn't capture that. But yeah, it's very peaceful. It's not too humid out here. It was pretty humid when it was light out, before the sun started going down. It was pretty humid. I never did make it to the pool. It took me a while to get situated, trying to figure out what I was going to do. And quite honestly, just super burned out. See, everything's all lit up. It's nice. Really nice. So I was tempted to kind of hunker down and take a nap and stuff, but I decided I just had to get downtown and figure things out so I don't waste any time. And I was able to do that. I got something to eat. Saw the night bazaar. Got my tour for tomorrow. And I scoped out the green bus. I'm going to try to buy my tickets online. I tried to do it on my phone while I was waiting for my pizza to come, and I didn't have much luck, but I think once I get on my computer, I may be able to buy my ticket and then print it out here in the lobby or something, or put it in my wallet on my phone or something like that. So yeah, so there's the pool at night. Looks nice. Had a good evening. Going on a long tour tomorrow. Don't think my phone will stay charged that long, so I'm gonna have to be super selective what I video tomorrow. All right, good night. All right, so good morning. Good morning. I am on the tour this morning, and this is our very first stop. This is called the White Temple, and this, from what I can gather, is one of the most popular attractions here in Chiang Rai. And the tour, we're making 8 stops. It's like 11 hours. It's only $30, which is amazing. And the tour guide's very nice. She speaks good English. And so we're off to a good start. So I've got about 30 minutes here, and seems to be a lot to see, but we'll be checking it all out. It's quite remarkable, quite beautiful. And I guess we'll be getting closer as we go on. So let me go over here and join the tour and hear what she has to say about it. All right, here's another view. And I'm going to walk up there. And oh, by the way, I can't do any video inside any of these buildings. It's not allowed. So yeah, looks beautiful. I guess I think I've lost my tour guide, actually. Not sure where she went, but that's okay. It doesn't look too big. I can find my way around for sure. There's my driver taking the pictures. Good driver so far. She has to drive us a long way, so that's good news. Driving all the way up the border, I guess it's a couple hours. So yeah, one thing I heard that I didn't realize is, sounds like we're actually going to be able to go inside Myanmar and Laos. So we'll see how long we get to spend in those places. I almost feel guilty like I'm cheating if I add them to my country list. I'm at 49 now. I was trying to get to 50, but it sounds like I'm going to get to 51 today, actually, which is kind of cool. But again, I feel like I'm cheating if I just walk in there for 15 minutes and don't really spend any time there. Is that really entering the country? Wow, this is interesting. Look at all these ghoulish figures and hands coming out of the ground, skulls. Man, this is some freaky stuff. Freaky stuff. It's really beautiful, though. This is the White Temple. It's kind of cloudy today, unfortunately. That's why the video isn't going to look that great, but oh well. It's a little village right behind us, a bunch of shops and stuff like that. So, so yeah, bunch of stuff going on here, and guess I'll go inside, and then there's supposed to be a golden toilet that we're supposed to go check out, and there's actually several buildings here, and I've only got about 30 minutes, so I'm gonna have to start moving. All right, so met back up with my group. Not sure where they were, but I found them, and we're going up the hill to the White Temple. Wow. All right, I got to shut her down to go inside. All right, so I came out the back of the temple. We had to take our shoes off. No pictures inside. And there was a big, beautiful Buddha in there and a wax statue of a monk praying in front of the Buddha. So and lots of paintings. Got all kinds of interesting stuff, afterlife and kinds of stuff like that. Yeah, it's quite fascinating. There's some other stuff over there. It's really quite beautiful. If it was a nicer day, that would be helpful, but well, I've been talking on, and guess what? Microphone, I guess, was off. Not sure how long or why. So I'll have to find out later how much of my commentary was missed. Give you a break from me talking anyway. And I'm not sure if I'm supposed to walk through here, but I'm trying to find this golden toilet, they said. I'm not sure the significance of it, but they said you have to see it. There's another little pavilion. It's beautiful. I don't know the significance of it, but it sure is beautiful. And then some more white, and then some gold. I wonder if the gold toilet is in there. I bet it is. Oh, look at that. Wow. Nice. Wow. And of course, there's beautiful gardens here. And wow, there's another pavilion back there. This place is huge. She only gave us 30 minutes, so I don't know. Not sure what all there is to see. But here's the gold area. Yeah, looks really nice. So I didn't start a video this morning because I wanted to make sure to preserve my battery. This is going to be a long day. I'm hoping that I get to recharge at lunch, but we'll see. 11-hour tour, 8 stops. Woke up this morning, went to breakfast. I'll film the breakfast tomorrow. It was good. It wasn't quite as good as I expected, although on the way out, after I stuffed myself, I found out there's like a dim sum station outside, and it looked really, really good, but I was already stuffed at that point, so I'll have to check that out tomorrow. And there's some more gold stuff here. I think that might be where the gold toilet is. Yeah, so this is one of the main attractions. Room was very comfortable. To say the bed was comfortable is an understatement. It was great. And yeah, so it's 9 o'clock in the morning. We've at our first stop and 7 stops to go. So let me shut her down until I find this golden toilet. So I got to the bottom of this whole golden toilet business. As it turns out, it's not really a golden toilet, it's that building. And it's quite an elaborate building for just being a restroom. That's all it is. I mean, it's like the men's room and the ladies' room in that beautiful ornate gold building, and they call it the golden toilet. So the golden toilet is the building, not the actual toilet. They were regular toilets. So got a few minutes before I have to meet up with the tour and go walk into the back here, see if there's anything of interest. Looks like more of the same, actually. I might go back to one of those shops and grab me a Diet Pepsi, wake me up. I made myself a nice little sandwich and some fruit, made up a nice little bag to bring with me to snack on, and I left it in the refrigerator in the room. I forgot it, so lunch is included with the tour. I don't know how good it'll be or when we'll be going there, so I thought I'd, like to have a little snacky. And guess what? I don't have it. Left it back in the room. So what happens when you're exhausted? You forget. Oh wow, look at this. There is more to see back here. It's like a little cave with a gorilla on the face. Wow, that's cool. Here's a little bell of some sort. This is called Cave of Art. The Cave of Art. Got some sunflowers, and look at that. That's quite beautiful, actually. Nice. What we've got a little ape. Got some kind of goblin of some sort. Tons of crazy stuff. And then there's you can go in the cave. Oh, they want to charge even more to go in the cave. It's like this tour's a really good deal. They didn't tell me when they sold me the ticket that you got to pay a bunch of entrance fees, which I didn't really know. That's all right. I mean, they're all really cheap. All the entrance fees are cheap. There's one place that the entry fee is about $10, but it sounds kind of fascinating, although I believe there's some controversy involved with it, which I'll talk about a little bit later. But yeah, this is some cool stuff. Really, really is cool. Hopefully I didn't miss too much when my mic went out earlier, but Video's getting too long already, and I'm only, what, 4 days into this thing? So might have to chop some stuff out anyway. We'll see what makes the cut. I haven't even learned to edit yet, so we'll figure that out. Let me shut her down for the next stop, preserve some battery. See you in a minute. All right, so now I'm at the Blue Temple. We just came from the White Temple, and we're in the Blue Temple, and you're actually allowed to photograph inside this one for some reason. And the reason the temple's blue is because it was built by a student of the people that made the White Temple. So he had to do a different color. You can see all these beautiful paintings. So we got the White Temple, we got the Blue Temple, and next we're getting ready to go to the Black House. So it's not a temple, it's a house. Before entering the hall to pay. And so that was the inside. Of course, we have to take our shoes off and everything like that. Thank you for your cooperation. Got some dragons and stuff. You can see the entrance. We invite you to join the welfare program of Blue Temple and donate prize to Meridien and poor patients to overcome the COVID-19 crisis. Here is the Blue Temple. I'm going to get further away, but I got to go put my shoes back on so I don't ruin my socks. So let me shut her down and I'll come back in a minute. All right, so there's a little bit better view of the Blue Temple. Here's the gate. I'm not going to walk all the way up to see the front, but that's the gate when you come in. And of course, there's all the obligatory shops. This temple was free. There's no entry fee like the White Temple. The White Temple cost 100 bahts, which is, $3. This one was free. Got all the cell phone zombies. Of course, I shouldn't say anything. I'm doing the same thing, right? If I'm lucky, I don't step in a pothole. It's not like the U.S. where everything is uniform. There's potholes everywhere if you're not careful. All right, and then so here's the side of the temple. That's where I just was, and then here's another building back here. So yeah, the guy that built this was a student of the guy that built the white one. And there's this building here. I think this might be some sort of museum or something like that. It's like you go in there. It's an art exhibition. So I actually walked through a little art gallery at the last stop. I didn't film it. In fact, I don't think you were allowed to film it, but yeah. So this is the back of the temple. So not nearly as big or anything as the White Temple, but oh, there's a little Buddha on the back of the building. It's definitely impressive for sure. And I had some more conversation with the guide. Her name is Wham, by the way, Wham. And so language barrier, she said, no, we cannot go into Myanmar, which I never thought we could. And then this morning when we were talking, I thought she said we could. So we're not going to Myanmar, but we may go to Laos. Apparently that's like an optional add-on, depending on how much time they give us or something like that. I still haven't fleshed that out. That's several stops from now. So yeah. By the way, it's getting to be really, really nice day. It's the sun's finally out, but it's not hot at all. It was hot yesterday afternoon. It'll probably be hot this afternoon, but right now it's pretty nice. So, see, I've got about 10 minutes till I have to be back on the bus, so I'm gonna shut her down till the next stop, which is the Black House. All right, so this is the next stop. This is the Black House, otherwise known as the Bandam Museum. So it's not a temple, it's actually a house and a museum. And apparently there's a story around it that's rather complicated, and the guide said to take a picture of the QR code and have the internet explain it to you, so I'm not too interested in doing that. But it's one small building. Apparently this whole complex is humongous. Lots of different buildings. It's made of teak wood, black teak wood, or maybe it's painted black, but it's teak wood. And don't have to take our shoes off here because it's not a temple. So there's all kinds of art. I think this is the main building, the biggest one. Can't tell on the top there, but that's somebody's head upside down, which I don't understand. But yeah, this is just sort of an art thing. There's stuff everywhere. There's pictures, there's sculptures, there's all kinds of crazy stuff. That's why she said to use the QR code, because she said these pictures tell a story, and it's very complicated, she said. Unlike the stories in the temples that are all about starting out as a baby and living your life and then dying. That's what all the paintings are in those temples. They kind of walk you through people's lives from birth to enlightenment to death. There's the upside down head again on the other side. And somebody's chair. It's kind of interesting. And then, yeah, so this whole big, huge complex is a bunch of these buildings. A bunch of these small buildings. I don't know if they all have art in them like that one. Oh, you can't even go in this one. It's starting to rain now. It's weird, it was sunny. I got my hat, my sunglasses out now. It's raining, so it'll be one of those days weather-wise, but at least it's not scorching hot. Oh, you do have to take off your shoes if you want to go in this little one. We won't go in. Yeah, so you just walk around and look at all these sculptures and paintings and buildings, teak wood buildings. This is all cordoned off, but wow, it's like jam-packed full of stuff. There's tons of sculptures, and I'll tell you, there's some freaky stuff around here. It really is. There's another big one, another little one. Another one back there. There's some sort of garden back there with colorful stuff. That's a shop. Oh, here's a bunch of monks. Let's check out the monks. So one of the guys on the tour, he asked, if this is not a temple, why are there monks here? And the answer was, they're tourists. The monks are touring the area. So I don't want to get too close. I'm not sure if you're allowed to film monks or not. I don't want to get anybody mad at me. But I've seen quite a few monks. It's a fascinating culture, I'll tell you that. I will tell you that. Yeah, this looks like just a little children's area back here, all this colorful stuff. So I'm just gonna walk around here in the rain. It looks like more of the same. I'm gonna go ahead and shut her down, but yeah, we've got about 45 minutes here and then we go to lunch. I don't know how far that is, and I don't have my hopes up that it's gonna be great, but we'll see what happens. But yeah, there's just a bunch of vendors. I thought it was a children's area, it's just vendors. Here's another little building. Go up and check that out. So yeah, we got the Golden Triangle coming up later. So I want to preserve some battery. Maybe I get to charge up a little bit during lunch, but just had an interesting discussion around Burma in the van. I asked the guide some questions. She couldn't answer any of them, and the guy in the van there from Boston Googled it, and we had a big discussion about it. So I've got people from France, Canada, and US on the tour with me. And yeah, it's been fun. Everybody's nice. Tour guide's good, driver's good. She's only 20 years old. It's like I never feel good about a 20-year-old driver, but she's about the best driver I've had since I've been in the country, to be honest with you. So it's all good so far. And yeah, I'm gonna enjoy the outdoors and get a little exercise here, and check back with you on the next stop. All right, so this is our next stop. So this is so I learned a little bit more about this place. By the way, I'm in the gift shop. These are mountain people, and they used to live in the mountains. Now there's some freaky stuff around the bottom of the mountain. Get these little dolls, so they can attract tourists. So these are their houses, and then their souvenir shops. Weird. And these are the people that stretch their necks. As I continue to walk through that complex, there was like skulls and dead elephant bones and wooden statue with a penis. That seems to be important to these folks over here. But so their shops are in the front, and their houses are in the back. To wear around your neck, which is weird. And so apparently, and there's 3 tribes. The story is this dude kind of stick to themselves, but they all seem to coexist here. House over here. Hi. You see the house? See, that's behind. And so that's not part of the complex. It's right next door to it. And that's where the guy lives, in that big house. And he's got some beautiful gardens and a little lake over there. Feel like they're being exploited, stuff like that. But so he let these 4 women have this property over here where the black house is. Off the tourists like this, and so it's actually a better life for them, and they would be stretching their necks no matter what. And so they're the ones that put all the sculptures and the paintings and all this stuff in here. And kind of freaky. There's some legend about $300 to opium coming out of some girl's vagina to get in for the enlightenment of the people. The person in the booth was missing. I mean, it's just freaky. This place is went ahead and came in. They're super freaky. I actually everywhere. There's kids everywhere. The willies if I wasn't here with a lot of people around me. It's just kind of a weird place. It's crazy that people live like this. That's what happens out here, man. But there's tourists everywhere. This is one of the main stops. My tour group is way behind me, so I hope I'm headed off to lunch next. Place to see what happens. The long neck people. So I learned a little bit more about this place. By the way, I'm in the gift shop now, and keep seeing the same tour groups. Freaky stuff around here. At get these little dolls of these people holding their, which is kind of funny. Look at that. Weird. So super weird. Haven't seen the one. As I continue to walk through that complex, there's like skulls and dead elephant and bones and just all kinds of weird occult stuff. Chickens everywhere, dogs everywhere, and just wooden penises that go around your neck, people, which is weird. Yeah. And so apparently,
umbrella when you're walking back, the rain is coming.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. All right. So, yeah, I'm trying to come to terms with what I just witnessed, watching the way these folks live. And really makes me appreciate my situation. And yeah, I mean, I guess if it wasn't for the tourists, they'd still be living up in the mountains. We wouldn't even know they were around, I guess. And what's really sad is watching the little kids. I can't believe they're making those little girls put those things around their necks. To me, it seems like child abuse. I don't claim to understand their culture. And I mean, they're really happy and really friendly, and they're skilled craftspeople. It's not like the stuff you buy in town at the market. I mean, their stuff is actually really nice, and they make all their money from all these tour buses coming through and paying 300 baht to look at them, take their picture. And it's actually the biggest entrance fee of the whole tour today, 300 bahts, which is about like $9, maybe 10. I think it's more like $9. So every time somebody walks through here, they pay $9 to look at these people, and then maybe they buy something, maybe they don't. But every booth is the same. I don't know how much they can possibly sell. I didn't see anybody buying anything. So, yeah. So standing here in the rain, waiting for the rest of the group to get in the bus. So, yeah, I think we have 3 more stops. It's been a long day already. Had lunch. Lunch was good. I wasn't expecting much. It was definitely better than I expected. 8 stops, 11-hour tour, including lunch for $30. Can't beat that. I'm gonna give them a nice tip though. I mean, they're hard workers, and they obviously don't make much money. If I do the math of 9 people in the bus times $30, they can't be making much by the time they pay the people that own the company. I'm sure the guide and the driver don't make much, so I'll give them a little nice tip. And yeah, I mean, give you lunch, they give you umbrellas. Good guide. She speaks halfway decent English. The driver, she's super safe. I mean, like, even though she's young, she drives really well. So I'm a happy customer. All right, the best stop is coming up, and I'm starting to get low on battery. I couldn't charge up at lunch, so yeah, I'm gonna have to keep it to a minimum until I get to the last stop, to the border of Myanmar and Laos. All right, so our next stop is this tea plantation, and that sounded kind of like filler to me. Like, why did we really need to do that? And I'm certainly not gonna walk around a tea plantation in the hot sun, but I will say it's absolutely beautiful here. You might not be able to tell from the video because the cloudiness and the haze, but we're up in the mountains now, up towards the border with Myanmar, and it is breathtakingly beautiful up here. So we got to try some tea, and she's giving us 30 minutes to walk around, so I'm just going to kind of hang out and sit, just enjoy the beautiful scenery. All right, I am at the border of Thailand and Myanmar. So you can see the sign there. This is the northernmost point of Thailand. And I'm going to turn around here. And you see that bridge. Half the bridge is in Thailand and half the bridge is in Myanmar, or Burma, if you want to call it Burma. And I'm going to see if I can get, it's very crowded here. It's got this goofy fence that you can't see through. But if you look, that hill is in Myanmar, and you can see the gate. Maybe you can see the gate. See the little blue right there. You can see that blue gate. That is the gate into Burma or Myanmar. Try to give you a better view without me in the picture. You can see the blue gate. It says Republic of Myanmar. So depending on who you're talking about, it's Burma or it's Myanmar. And then you can see right behind it, that is actually the official gate into Thailand. So that's where they have to stop as they go back and forth. And the tour guide was telling me that lots of people go back and forth every day. And yeah, I thought I thought she was going to let us go across, but she said we can't. So another way to kind of view it, and it's not very attractive, but this muddy pond right there is the border, right? So that building right across from me is in Myanmar, and so this little muddy stream is the border between Thailand and Myanmar. So how about that? So just like a couple days ago, I was able to look at North Korea, and I was right on the border of North Korea, but I couldn't go in. Same thing as today. I am at the border of Myanmar, but I'm not going in. So pretty cool. Pretty cool. So now she told us to go shopping for 30 minutes and meet back at the bus. So that's basically the plan for today. And there's a big, huge market here. I mean, this is a pretty big town compared to all the other places we've been today. So yeah, super interesting. And next we'll be going to what's called the Golden Triangle, which is where Myanmar, Burma, and Thailand all meet together. All three of them do. And so we'll see how that works out. And then we're going to the Opium Museum. So here's another view of the border. So that's the people leaving Thailand going towards Myanmar, that blue shack. And you can see all this shopping. It goes way up there and it goes way down there. And I normally don't go for these type of bazaars with all the cheap stuff, but this one's super interesting. I mean, they've got roasted walnuts and every kind of clothing you can imagine. There's some wine. I bet that stuff's really nasty. Here you got winter coats. It's, 100 degrees out here. People are buying winter coats, I guess. Pajamas. There's the tuk-tuk. It was my ride home last night. That was an adventure. Fruit. More shirts. I got some nice shirts. I actually bought one. I never do that. Thailand is a good place to buy leather, like belts and things like that. Unfortunately, I don't have much time. I have 7 minutes, so I'll have to be back on the tour bus. So, yeah. It's pretty rare that I actually would rather spend more time in a place like this, but some of the stuff's super cool. Like you don't even know what it is. And yeah, I had to buy a shirt because it said Golden Triangle and Myanmar and Burma and Thailand on it. So that was super cool. And I went ahead and got it. This is a jewelry store. Looks like cheap stuff to me. Looks like pretty much costume jewelry, I'm sure. Don't have time to stop and check it out. But this is cool, man. I'm very blessed. Not many people get to do this kind of stuff. It's not lost on me how lucky I am to live in the U.S., especially after seeing those women with those gold things around their neck living in those shacks. Since we left there, we had another discussion in the van, and one of the people was saying that the government keeps most of that money and just gives them a small portion of it. I thought they got all of it. Pretty pathetic if that's true. I don't know if it's true or not. I'm just taking somebody's word for it, but there's people living hand to mouth, and the government's going to take most of their money. And somebody like me gives them 300 baht, which is $9, something like that. Yeah, that's pretty pathetic if they take their money. But I'm gonna have to look into that. But it's too late. I mean, I already went and I already gave them money, so they already got my money regardless. Some really interesting looking food, and these are all the people waiting to cross the border into Myanmar. So pretty cool. And yeah, all right, got to shut it down, get across the street, get on my bus. See you at the next stop. All right, so we are at the Golden Triangle, which is where three countries meet. So if you look across, you can see that this is all Laos, and this is all Chinese casinos. This was jungle 20 years ago, and now it's all related to Chinese casinos. But so that's Laos. Here is Myanmar. And you can also see right there, that's a big casino in Myanmar, Burma. So this is Myanmar. This is Laos. And I am in Thailand. So three countries meet. So I'm looking at Myanmar, I'm looking at Laos. This is the Mekong River, very famous river. It's 4,000 kilometers long. It starts that away in Tibet, and it goes all the way down this way, all the way to Vietnam. And it goes through Cambodia as well. In fact, a lot of the tours and things like that, there's lots of cruises on the Mekong River through Vietnam and Cambodia, things like that. So, yeah, this is super fascinating. And I thought we were going to have time to go ahead and take the boat across to the market, and I could add Laos to my list of countries, but she said we don't have enough time to do that. So she's going to give us 30 minutes at the Opium Museum, but 30 minutes wasn't enough to go across to Laos. And so another thing about the Golden Triangle is this is basically where the opium trade has been based for, I don't know, hundreds, thousands of years. Not sure how long, but this is a really important area for opium trade throughout the world. Apparently, there's a lot of poppy fields around here, but they trade between the different countries. And I'm going to learn about that soon because I'm going across the street to the Opium Museum. But yep. So that's Myanmar or Burma. That's Laos. And I am in Thailand. So pretty darn interesting. Pretty cool. So I got to see North Korea, I got to see Laos, and I got to see Myanmar, but I haven't actually gone to any of them. But I've seen them. So pretty cool. I'm off to the Opium Museum now. Talk to you later. All right. So good morning. I am up bright and early, not on purpose. I don't have any place to be today, but I've seen everything that I want to see here in Chiang Rai. Yesterday was that tour was awesome, and came back and had a nice dinner at the hotel. I was too lazy to go back down to town, and had a really good Italian meal, which I never do. So that was kind of cool. Had some good wine and everything like that. And now I am just waiting for breakfast to start, and it'll be starting here in a few minutes. And really looking forward to it. Yesterday I just had kind of the normal, breakfast food, omelet. I had some noodles and stuff like that. Really good smoothie. Their yogurt's not very good. Their bacon was unedible. So just kind of normal. And then on the way out, I noticed they had this big, huge dim sum station, but I didn't even notice it yesterday. So I'm just going to go for dim sum this morning. I'm so turned around in terms of my body clock and whatnot. I don't really have to have breakfast food. I've been up for hours already now. So honestly, you know, coffee is number one, of course. I've already had some instant coffee in the room just because that was the only thing I had. But I'm get in here and have some good coffee, and I'm gonna have some dim sum. Like, this station's unbelievable. I'm gonna go ahead and film that for you so you can see what it looks like. But it's looks really good. It's really good. So dim sum for breakfast. Like I said, I've already seen everything. I actually wish I was leaving today, but I've spent too much time in Chiang Rai and cut myself short in Chiang Mai. So, but that happens sometimes. And it's not all my fault. I actually can't get the early bus tomorrow. I have to take a later bus than planned. So today on the agenda is relax, pool, go downtown for a massage, and just chill out. I don't need to have a big agenda today. And then tomorrow I get on the bus to get out to Chiang Mai. And when I get there, the hotel looks great, and I've seen enough temples and things like that. So really, I just want to kind of spend one day looking around town. And the main thing I want to do in Chiang Mai is the elephant sanctuary. So I've been joking about my fake elephants, and in the room with the towels, and I've been looking at elephant statues, but I'm going to see the real elephants when I get to Chiang Mai. So really, really looking forward to that. So I'm going to show you the dim sum and the breakfast here in just a second, and then I'm going to chill out, head downtown for my massage, then come back and chill by the pool till this evening. That's my plan. All right, so breakfast is open. This is right out front there. We've got some dim sum, pork buns, taro buns, shrimp dumpling. I don't know what taro is. I'm going to have to find that out. I think it's like some kind of weird rice. Look at this. This is this is awesome. So that's the dim sum station. And then in here's just the normal stuff. Got some smoothies, raspberry mango black pepper eye opener. Wow, they didn't have that yesterday. Meat, salad, fried rice. Got some noodles. I'm gonna be getting all in that, man. Oh, it's pad see ew. They didn't call it that yesterday. And they had all this yesterday. omelet. Yogurt's nothing to write home about here. They got smoothies. Oh, wow. I don't know what kind of fruit that is. I had some really good stuff yesterday, but it's different. And bread station. They're just kind of normal. There's some, I think it's called passion fruit. Yeah, really nice stuff. So, I'm ready to get my coffee and get my dim sum on. All right, so I am back from town. That was a bad idea going in there this morning. There's nothing happening really. Just a lot of traffic. Trying to walk around and dodge traffic. It's pretty much what it comes down to. So I've seen everything I want to see. I think I'm going to use this as a mid-trip chill out, and I'm starting to feel really good, and might as well chill out a little bit. I never do that. Sometimes it's good to do that. So I'm here at the pool. Had to take a tuk-tuk back. Again, that was super stressful. You can't really get a cab, but you can get a tuk-tuk. It's weird. So I took a tuk-tuk and, cheated death one more time. And I'm back at the pool. I got me a beer. I found out the restaurant near the pool actually has draft beer, whereas the main bar up by the lobby does not. And they have happy hour today at 5:30. So if I'm around, I might have to stop by there. And I've ordered a little appetizer. Since I had a big breakfast, I'm not going to have lunch. Just ordered a bruschetta appetizer. Sounds delicious. Fresh cheese, all that good stuff. So I'm going to chill out here a little bit. And it's relaxing out here at the pool, but it's cloudy. Usually I like to sit out when it's bright. It's not really hot, so I don't really feel like going in the pool. Although I did just spill beer on my bathing suit. So I don't know. I don't know if I'm getting in the pool or not, but I'm going to drink my beer and wait on my bruschetta and then make a plan from there. This is rough. I mean, like, this is a rough life. It really is. All right. So I don't know what's going to happen the rest of the day, but I guess I'll just go back in town tonight when there's more happening. All right. Signing off for now. Cheers. All right. So I ordered this appetizer instead of a meal because I wasn't that hungry. Look at it. It's huge. It's beautiful too. Look at that. Traditional bruschetta. That one's got ham. That one's got mushroom, all kinds of fancy cheese, brie, pomegranate. Like, this is unbelievable. Of course, my beer I've been drinking. But I'm not so vain that I think everybody wants to know what I eat all the time. She bothers me. But I did want to mention something else, and I should get a closer shot. But this is literally the most amazing tree I've ever seen in my life. It's huge. It's huge. You can't really tell from all the way back here. It's on the other side of the pool. But what caused me to get back on is I just remembered over there you can maybe see under the tree. They're over there setting up for an event tomorrow morning. And there was a letter on my desk that said they're having some monk ceremony tomorrow morning, which, I'm not invited, but I don't know how close I can get. I can't leave the hotel till probably 11:30 tomorrow morning. My bus is at 1. I couldn't get on the 10 o'clock, so that's why I'm kind of losing half a day here that I hadn't planned on. Cutting myself half a day short in Chiang Rai. And so I could chill out in the morning and don't have to leave here till 11:30, but at 11 o'clock, right over there near that life preserver, apparently is where they're setting up for the monk ceremony in the morning. So hopefully I'll catch the monks on the way out to the air or the bus station actually tomorrow. Yeah, I'm not flying tomorrow. I'm taking a bus. So that's going to be a fun adventure. I mean, the scenery here is beautiful. So yeah, I'm looking forward to the bus ride. All right, so I'm out for the evening. I'm presently at Tita's Steakhouse in downtown Chiang Rai, and I just finished a 1 hour massage, and it was okay. It wasn't great, but it's amazing. You find muscles you didn't even know you had when you get those things. But yeah, so 1 hour massage, 250 bahts, which is 750 US. That's like that is so cheap. I gave her $100 or 100 baht tip, so that's about another $5. So massage 1 hour, including tip, $12. Can't beat it. By the way, the spot, the hotel's literally right at the bottom of the stairs from my room, and it's 6 times the price. It's 1,500 at the hotel versus 250 in town. And anyway, so chilled out all day, and now I am at the restaurant. I've just ordered, and waiting for my food. We've got some chicken schnitzel coming and some grilled zucchini with feta cheese. And thank you, thank you. And while I'm waiting on my food, I've got me a very special guest here this evening. Thank you, thank you. And here he is, Mr. Heineken. He's got a little bit of head on it. We'll let that go down, but I've got the bottle. It's a big one. It's cheap too, man. I tell you. So got this big, huge Heineken, chicken schnitzel with fries and salad, and what did I say? Zucchini with feta cheese, and the total is about $15, which is a little more than you can get a pizza and a beer here, small beer for about $5. But so this is going to be a big meal, and I need to start watching myself because this is a lot of fried food. I had bruschetta for lunch, so yeah, I'll be going on a diet when this trip's over, and I'm really just getting started here. So this is something else. But all right, so I'm gonna sit here and enjoy my beer and wait for my food and had my massage, and then I'm gonna go walk around the night market for a little while before I endure the bouncy tuk tuk back to the hotel. So we will see you a little bit later, probably in the morning, unless something happens tonight that I need to show you. Good night. All right, so good morning. Today I leave Chiang Rai and head to Chiang Mai. Unfortunately, I couldn't get the 10 o'clock bus, so I have to take the 1 o'clock bus. There's only like three or four, they call them VIP buses. Basically, they're luxury buses as opposed to the regular ones. The regular ones are $3 or $4, which is, really cheap for a 3 hour ride. And the VIP bus is only like, I want to say it's like $12. It was real cheap, and got a seat all by myself. The bus has a bathroom, and apparently there's somebody that passes out refreshments, so can't beat that. And so right now, before I head to the bus station, I'm preparing for the festivities. I mentioned yesterday, you can see some of it in the background. Yesterday, that they were setting up for a monk ceremony, and one of the things when you travel international, you have to kind of take everything that you hear with a grain of salt. Sometimes it's not true, sometimes it's partially true, things like that. So um, so this is crazy. I'm looking forward to it. So I thought the monk ceremony was at 11. I have no clue where I got that from, but apparently the monk ceremony starts at 7:30, which is just 15 minutes away. Although I don't see any of them. I saw a bunch of them in the lobby when I left breakfast, and they haven't made their way down here yet. But then at 8:30, there's a wedding, and so I've already seen some of the groomsmen out here and things like that. I've seen all the setup for it, pictures of the bride and groom. They look so young. I have no clue how young they are, but man, they're young. They look like children, the bride and groom. But so then I'm like, well, how in the world are you having a monk ceremony and a wedding at the same time in the same place? And I found out that's on purpose because the monk ceremony will give good luck and good wishes to the wedding. so so the monk ceremony starts here in a few minutes, and then the wedding starts in an hour. And they've got all kinds of cool stuff set up by the altar and everything like that. So this should be very interesting culturally. And obviously, I don't want to invade their space or anything like that. But I mean, I can see everything from the pool, and I have every right to be at the pool. So I don't want to make anybody angry by filming or anything like that. I'll play that by ear. But you can see those are the seats for the wedding guests, and then these are the seats for the monks. So like they're right next to each other. And so I don't know how it makes sense that the monks give the marriage, good luck. But what I don't know is how does all that work? Does the wedding party have to pay for the monks to show up, or like how does that work? So super fascinating. Good way to kind of kill a morning since I couldn't get out on time. If I took the 10 o'clock bus, I'd get to Chiang Mai at 1. Now I'm taking the 1 o'clock because the 10 o'clock was full. So that was an error on my part, I suppose. But I didn't want to book it before I showed up in Thailand. You know what I mean? I guess, I should have just gone ahead and booked it. I mean, what's $12 if something went wrong? Um, but anyway, so I'm on the 1 o'clock. I get to Chiang Mai at 4 o'clock. And by the time I figure out how to get over to the hotel, I probably won't get to the hotel till 5 o'clock. So, this evening, look around Chiang Mai and try to make a plan for what kind of tours I'm going to take for the next 2 days. And want to see the elephants. That's a no-brainer. But also trying to figure out how to get around and really see the city because it's a much bigger city than Chiang Rai here. So I'm only going to have like basically 1 day for the elephants, 1 day to look around town. It is the weekend though, and they were telling me at the front desk that there's lots of partying and stuff, bars and restaurants. They really don't have a lot of that here in Chiang Rai. So maybe I'll get to actually listen to some music and drink a few beers at night since it's the weekend. So, all right. So I will shut her down now until the monk ceremony and the wedding start, and then I'll try to film some of that, and then I'll head to the bus station. All right. So the wedding party has left this area, and they've headed over to where the monks are going to sit down. In fact, they're sitting now. So the bride and groom and the families went over there. I think the groomsmen went. And then you can see they've got some buffet set up over here by the altar. And yeah, one thing I didn't understand is, this is a Thursday. So I don't know if weekends don't have significance or why they're doing it on a Thursday. Maybe the monks aren't available any other day or something. I don't know. But it's pretty cool. So the monks are seated, and the wedding party is over here, and the bride and groom are sitting in front of the monks, in the middle of the monks. So this is so cool. Can't believe I'm going to a Thai wedding. This is unbelievable. All right, so now everybody's over here. The bride and groom are seated in front of the monks, the parents there. I noticed that the one lady has an empty chair next to her. I wonder if that's one of the kids' parent father has passed or something. That's why they have an empty chair there, something like that. But getting ready to have some kind of ceremony, and welcome all the groomsmen. And some women, but they don't equal the number of groomsmen. So I don't know if they're bridesmaids or what they are, but they look great. Nice looking young people, real dapper in their outfits. One thing I think is interesting is, you know, the guys and the girls all have very similar, you know, they wear the same color and everything. It's not like in the U.S. where all the girls wear, you know, a bright color and all the guys have a different color tuxedo. I mean, they match. They look great. They look great. So good for them. I mean, you know, they got the monks blessing them. They got a beautiful, beautiful setting here. It's a little hazy, but it's just kind of nice. Kind of really nice. So yeah, I guess they're getting ready to start the monk ceremony, and then they'll proceed over to the wedding here. The wedding's supposed to start in like 30 minutes, so better get a move on it. All right, so they're about halfway done with the ceremony, so I wasn't going to sit there too much longer. They're doing some kind of prayer or chant. Each one of the monks puts this palm frond up in front of their face, and then they have the microphone, and then they do a chant. So I sat through like 3, and there's about 10 of them up there. So, you know, this is going to take a long time. And then I suppose they're going to head over to the altar and perform the wedding. But while we're waiting for that to happen, since I don't know how much I'll be filming on the bus and whatnot later, let me just kind of put a bow around Chiang Rai, as well as the La Meridien Hotel, La Meridien Chiang Rai Resort. It's called. First of all, like, the hotel gets a huge thumbs up. Everything was perfect. Room was awesome. Food was awesome. People were great. Even when I go someplace nice like this, you know, there's usually something that kind of bugs me or something that goes wrong or whatever. But like, this was perfect. I can highly recommend this hotel. They took great care of me. It's very relaxing, excellent food. I mean, it's just a perfect hotel. It really is. So thank you to La Meridien Chiang Rai Resort for a great stay. I appreciate that. Chiang Rai is great. Is great, especially the tour where we went north of Chiang Rai all the way up to the border. The tour company did a great job. It was cheap, um, nice vehicle, nice people, spoke decent English, not perfect, but you know, you wouldn't expect that. And it was a great tour. It was really long. So the good news is the tour was really good. The bad news is then that meant I pretty much saw everything in one day. So I really stayed here probably a day longer than I needed. But that allowed me to kind of rest yesterday and things like that. So yeah, I highly recommend Chiang Rai. It's a beautiful place, especially when you go up north towards the border, the mountains. It's beautiful, beautiful country, really nice people, fascinating culture. So I recommend it. So I'm going to be headed to the bus station after the wedding's over, and yeah, I'll check back in when I get on the bus or when I'm getting ready to get on the bus. I don't know how much I'll be able to actually film from the bus with it moving, and I don't want to annoy anybody or anything like that. I don't know if the bus is full, but apparently it's an extremely beautiful ride. So, man, 3-hour ride through the beautiful Thai countryside and a luxury bus. So I'm looking forward to that and getting to Chiang Mai and see what the Intercontinental Hotel has in store for me in Chiang Mai. So signing off. All right, so after a long break, the monks left, and now they're doing some kind of chant and music from across the water, and they're coming over the bridge. All the guests are seated, so I guess that's the procession. Now this is interesting. I was told this was a wedding, but the sheet that the hotel put on my desk says it's an engagement ceremony. So I can't believe they would go to this much trouble for an engagement and it not be the wedding. So I could get closer, but I don't want to disturb anything. I find it interesting that the other hotel guests haven't really been down here to watch. So maybe I'm out of line. I hope not. But check this out. Okay, they're dancing. They're coming across the bridge. Yeah, this is cool. Hopefully you can hear it.
มาแล้วนะครับขบวนการมาของเจ้าบ่าวคุณพ่อคุณแม่พร้อมด้วยญาติๆและเพื่อนๆนะครับ
Here they come. Okay, I actually don't see the bride and groom. I see the rest of the wedding party. Now the people are leaving their seats and headed towards them. So I don't really know what's going on here. I was actually going to watch it from my room. I can see perfectly from my room, but I thought I'd get a little closer. Yeah, so I guess this is part of the ceremony or something, but the bride and groom were out here talking to people. They were out here eating and stuff like that. And they were out here, and now I don't see them. So I guess they went back in. I guess this explains why the letter in my room said this was from 7 to 12. Because, gee, it's, almost 9:30 now. And I thought the wedding was supposed to start at 8:30. So again, you just can't believe what people tell you. But, yeah. Somebody's bringing I guess it's just a cake or something they brought out. But, so they're all over there by the bridge, and I don't know what they're doing. So I'll come back on when something more interesting starts to happen. All right, so there they go. They're headed over.
เกียรติทุกท่านครับญาติๆทุกท่านครับปรบมือต้อนรับเจ้าบ่าวเจ้าสาวของเรานะครับเข้าสู่พิธีนะครับเจ้าบ่าวนะครับคุณหมีประภัสวิริยะสุนทรคุณและเจ้าสาวน้องมายอภิตาบุญธาครับ
All right, so they're headed down towards the front there. Everybody's clapping.
เชิญทางคู่ด้านบนเลยนะครับนั่งที่พรมได้เลยนะครับเจ้าสาวอยู่ฝั่งคุณแม่
The wedding planner's still gabbing along. I'm not sure why he has to narrate everything. It's kind of awkward. He's super into his job, though. I'll tell you that. All right, so now the bride and groom are up on the altar. Now they're going to sit. So they're either getting ready to get married or they're getting ready to get engaged, one or the other, depending on who you believe. Yeah.
วันนี้คนสำคัญในงานวันนี้พร้อมนะครับเดี๋ยวขออนุญาตบรรยากาศในช่วงแรกก่อน
All right, so here I am at the bus station in Chiang Rai, getting ready to board the green bus. You can see it says the green bus runs between Chiang Rai and Chiang Mai. This is the V-class bus for VIP. And have a seat all by myself, and there's a restroom on here, and apparently somebody passing out refreshments, but I've packed a little lunch for myself just in case. And I talked about always allowing extra time and stuff like that, and usually that will save you, but sometimes it results in being early, which I was, and tried to find a little cafe across the street, just grab a Diet Pepsi or something, but nobody had anything but sugary drinks. So I came over here to the train station, or the bus station, excuse me, and I got me a cappuccino and struck up a conversation with some dude from Europe with no teeth and a monk who was super interested in how much it costs to fly to the United States. So really interesting visit to the coffee shop here at the bus station, and just waiting for the bus driver to give us the okay to load our bags, and then I'm on my way. So maybe I'll be able to check in again from the bus, and then I'll be in Chiang Mai in 3 hours.